cherish you, forsaking all other women, forsaking all other girlfriends, including side chicks, changing to you. Her name?
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Yomi. If you are new here and you're seeing my face for the first time, as you can see from the title of today's video, I'm going to be telling you all you need to know about a civil wedding in Abuja, Nigeria. I had my civil wedding, popularly known as court wedding, in October 2022. I don't know what time you'll be watching this video, just in case procedures have changed. And I'm also making this video based on my own personal experience. I'm not a federal marriage registry counselor or anything. I'm not affiliated with them in any way. Like I said, I'm just making this based on my own personal experience. So if you think this video is something that interests you, please make sure you definitely keep watching. Also, if you like the content of this video, be sure to give this video a thumbs up. Be sure to leave a comment in the comment section if you have any questions. Also, be sure to subscribe and turn on the notification bell, so whenever I upload a new video on YouTube, you'll be the first to be notified by YouTube. So without further ado, guys, let's get right into the video. The first thing you need to know about the civil wedding, popularly known as court wedding in Nigeria under the Ministry of Interior, is that there are two types of wedding under the law. One is the ordinary marriage and the other is the special marriage. I find this very funny because I believe all marriages are special, but well, according to them, there are two types of marriages, and the first one, which is the ordinary marriage, is the marriage between two Nigerians. This means both the bride and the groom are Nigerians. And the special marriage is the marriage between a Nigerian and non-Nigerian. That is either the bride or the groom is non-Nigerian. And the next thing you need to know is the notification days. That is, you have to notify them for a good number of days before you get married. There are two basic type of, I don't want to say type of notification, but yeah, you have to notify them either 7 days to your wedding day or at least 21 days to your wedding. For example, I'm filming this video on a Wednesday. Let's assume you wish to take the bold step, you wish to get married the following week, which is next week Wednesday. You have to at least have notified them today that you are getting married next week, or you want to get married to the love of your life next week, or you have to notify them at least 21 days. This does not mean you can't go before, like a month before, 2 months before, 3 months before. You can even go 4 months before. It's your choice, but the least you can go is 21 days. Now, let me say the least that you have to notify them is either 21 days or 7 days. You can't say you want to get married tomorrow and then you're just notifying them today. It's not going to work, because you have to do some documentation. And this leads me to my next point, the documents required to have a civil wedding in Nigeria. So I do have the documents required here on my phone. I remember the day I went to make inquiries, I went with my notebook and a pen, and then when she told me the requirements, I wrote them down, and I'm just going to I do have a picture of it on my phone, and I'm going to be reading it out to you guys. And the first thing that she said was my spouse and I will need affidavit of bachelorhood and spinsterhood. The affidavit of bachelorhood was for my spouse, the man, while the spinsterhood is for me, the woman. Also, the age declaration, which is popularly known as the birth certificate. You have to get this from a government hospital, any of the government hospitals in Nigeria, excuse me. So yeah, the next thing is the state of origin certificate. You also need 3 passport photographs, each one for you and then one for your husband, or one for you and one for your wife. Also a valid means of ID. Valid means of ID can be your passport, it can be your international passport, it can be your ID card at work, it can be your PVC, it can be your national ID card, as long as the means of identification is valid, it's not expired, it's not an expired passport, you can use that. Also, if you do not have any of these documents, maybe you don't have them currently, you don't have to worry. At the Federal Marriage Registry in Abuja, they can, if you don't have, you can notify them, just tell them you don't have, and then they will tell you that you can just get it from them at a certain rate. For example, for the affidavit of bachelor and spinsterhood, she told me it was 3,000 naira each. So I think you can get this cheaper at you can go to court, any court around you, and then you can get this probably for 1,500 or 1,000. I don't know. I don't even know the current price. So let me not give you guys the price. I don't know. Also, for the birth certificate, you can they can do it for you for 3,000 naira, and which leads me to the next point, and the fee. So if you're going to be notifying them 7 days prior to your wedding date, you are going to be paying 34,000 naira. That's what she told me. And if you're going to be notifying them 21 days, you're going to be paying 24,000 naira. Although this amount is different to what's on their website. I don't know on their website. I think it's about 20 something thousand naira. I'm going to try to insert it there, and then so you guys can see. I don't know why there's a difference in the price, but yeah, that's basically what she told me. I have to apologize. I don't know, the light is not very bright, so I'm using the natural light, although I'm augmenting that with the ring light. So just in case it looks like the light is getting darker, I don't know. I hope the video is still very clear. But yeah, I will just consider. I'm just telling you guys just so that if you notice maybe the lights going up and down, just know that it's the natural light outside that is fluctuating. And the next thing you need to know is the wedding days. You can only get married on the particular wedding days that you have set at the court, and the days are Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. This means you cannot get married on a Monday, you cannot get married on a Wednesday, you cannot get married on a Sunday. You can only get married on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. So you have gotten all of these required documents, then you have to take it back to her, and then when you take them back to her, you can go alone. I did most of these processes by myself because my spouse was not around. He was still in the US as at that time, and I was in Nigeria. I told him about the requirements and he scanned them to me, so all I had to do was to print them out. Then I took it to the woman, and I also took it with mine. I remember that I didn't have my own state of origin certificate. He had his own. I had to pay for that. So after I took my own documents to her, what she did was that she cross-checked so that everything was complete, and she now gave me the marriage forms. And then for the marriage form, I think it was about 2 forms, one for me and then one for my spouse. So you would fill in your personal documents, and you fill in your personal information. I mean, your name, your full name, your date of birth, state of origin, your occupation. You also fill in the details of your witness. Yeah, that's true. Both of you need at least one witness each. Not even at least, just one. You need just one. I had my witness was my mom, and it's my spouse. My husband's witness was his own dad, so I had to fill in all the details for the witnesses, for both of the witnesses. So you have to make sure that you call all these people to make sure that you have all the information, so to avoid you going back and forth to the Federal Marriage Registry. So she gave me the forms, I filled them, I put in all the necessary information, and after that I paid the fee. And the next thing that you have to also take notes is that she will tell you that there are 2 types of wedding ceremony or marriage ceremony. I don't know if that's the word. One is a private wedding and the other is a general wedding. General wedding is the one that, you know, they join everybody in batches. They will call you in batches to join you, while the private wedding is the one that it's just going to be only you in the hall that they will join at that time. My spouse and I decided to go for the private wedding because it was our choice, it was what we wanted. So, but you don't have to do that if you cannot afford it, because it's attracts an additional fee. We had to pay 50,000 naira in addition to the normal fee that we had paid. So if you're going to be paying either 24 or 34,000 naira, that's the general one for everybody, then if you're going to add in the 50,000 naira for the private, that's like additional. But if you don't want to do that, it's fine. You don't have to pay that. After she has cross-checked the form and then she saw that it was fine, she told me that I had to come back 3 days to the wedding date. The date we chose was on a Saturday. That means on Thursday we had to go for the last and final documentation. That is, you have to go, you check if all your documents are complete, you check if the name on the wedding certificate is correct, you just check if everything is correct, because you don't want to go on your wedding day and you realize that, oh, your last name is missing or your first name is incorrect, it's wrongly spelled, just to avoid all those stories. She also now give us like a final form you would sign that no shabby dressing, that you will not dress shabbily. She would tell you, she was also on the form that you're not allowed to bring in your own personal photographer, although for that particular one we begged that we needed to bring our own photographer because I needed to go for my own interview at that time. So we begged her and she was like, okay, that's fine. And then there are just some little rules and regulations that you have to abide, and then you just sign it and that's it. And then now to the wedding day. the next thing you have to know is that you have to go early on your wedding day, especially if you're going to be doing like the general wedding where they will join you in batches. You're not going for the private wedding option. You have to go ensure you go early, because I remember on our own wedding day she had to join about 60 couples, and you have to do it first come first serve, of course. So if you are not sure that you'll be able to go early, just make private because of your makeup and all those things. Just make sure that someone goes early for you to write down your name, so that by the time they start calling people in, you don't have to wait for everybody to be joined before they call you. So just make sure you go early. That's the first tip that I will give you on your wedding day. Make sure you go early, make sure you don't go late, despite the fact that they're giving us 1 o'clock. 1 o'clock was the time they give us, because ours was private. I still made sure that around 11 o'clock, you know, I was there, my husband was there, our family, our parents were there, our pastor was there, everybody was there. You know, we didn't go late. I think it was just a few of my friends. Well, it was just even one of my friends and one of my husband's friends that I attended. Everybody, I think, was just them that came a bit late, but for most of every other person, we came really early, and that was like earlier than 1 p.m. So when it was that, they will be calling everybody in batches. So when it was our time, I think we were the last couple, because it was private. She called us in. It wasn't the same woman that did the registration that joined us. It was a different woman. So when we entered, she welcomed us. She was like, oh, she mentioned my name. She called me Ruth. That's my English name. My husband's English name is Abraham. It was like, hey, Ruth, Abraham, are you ready to be joined in holy matrimony with your spouse, with your wife, with me? I don't know the name. I don't remember the exact name she called it. But then she also asked me if I was ready to be joined with my husband, and then we were like, yes. And she read the rules, the federal rules. She read the rules out. She was like, you cannot be legally married to another person while you are already legally married now. If you do that, it's called bigamy. It's against the law, and you can be prosecuted, you can be arrested for that. And you know, she read all the laws, and she was a Christian. I remember, so she gave us some biblical advice and all that. So after that, she proceeded to the joining, and then we exchanged our vows. Very beautiful vows. My body is your body, your body is my body. I'll try to insert the clip if I find it.
I call on all persons here present.
I call on all persons here present
to bear me witness. That I. Your name is
Bolu.
Take you.
By your name.
To be my lawful wife. To be my legal wife. And my only wife. To have and to hold. From this moment henceforth. For better, for worse. For richer or poor. In sickness and in health. To love and to cherish you. Forsaking all other women. Forsaking all other girlfriends. Including side chicks. Changing to you. Our names.
So after that, she now said you can kiss your bride, and then after that, then I think we proceeded to signing of the certificate. I don't even remember if we signed the certificate before the joining or after the joining. I don't remember. We signed, I think we signed, my mom signed, my mom was my own witness. The way we sat, sitting like this, and then my husband was sitting like this by my right, and then my mom was sitting by my left, and then my husband's witness, his dad, was sitting by his own right. So we sat like that in front of her, while our loved ones were sitting behind us in the hall. It was just them in the hall. After signing, then we all took pictures. I was just inside the pictures, and then that was it basically. And then she told us congratulations, and then she handed the certificate to me. She said that from now on I should be the one keeping the certificates because women are better keepers. And then after that, she congratulated us, and then we took pictures like I said, and afterwards we stepped out. I think we're the last couple she joined for the day. She had already joined about 60 people, and you know, you could see on her face that she was even getting tired because she had joined like a lot of people. But I think we're the last because the hall was already looking empty, like I mean the other halls, and there were no couples around again hanging around. That was around 1 o'clock. After that, we went downstairs. As soon as you step outside the gate, you already see people. They wanted to dance with you. Spirit, give us money, show us love. If you have money, you can give them. It's not compulsory, just give them money. And then after that, after the event, I remember we went to the hotel, we went to eat. We had already booked like a session with them, so got caterers, they served us food, everybody, we had a nice time. If I still see pictures again, I will try to attach it. So, you know, it was very nice. We had a nice time. So that was it, guys, and that was how my civil wedding experience went, guys. So please make sure you give this video a thumbs up. Make sure you leave a comment in the comment section if you have any comments, if you have any questions to ask me. Make sure you subscribe, like I said. So I'll be looking forward to reading your comments in the comment section. Okay, so yeah, that's it for this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I'm going to see you guys in my next video. Until then, bye.